All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack. Welcome back. And in this one, I wanted to take a step back and give you guys a little bit of an update in terms of what's coming, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are having kind of mixed thoughts and opinions because I haven't really been too clear or transparent, or however you want to say it, when it comes to this channel and in terms of everything I've discussed. Now, some people on Twitter have a much better idea, or maybe a couple of you in the comment section that I've responded to. For those of you guys that kind of messaged in the comment section were kind of curious as to like, hey, what's going on? Where have you been? You haven't posted anything in forever. Are you alive? So, and thankfully, the answer to those questions, to that last question especially, is yes. Thank goodness. And I intend to keep it that way, and hopefully it will be. But the thing is that at this point right now, what I want to do next when it comes to this whole social media phenomenon thing, when it comes to, the YouTube / Twitch, content creation, whatever you want to call it, between what's going on in life in terms of my work life, personal things that I want to accomplish as well as looking more in depth, because when you get to where I'm at in terms of age, which is 36, you start to think a lot differently than you did when you were 26, 16, and all that kind of stuff. Like every single 5 to 10 years, it's like you really start to think a lot differently. You start to mature. There are things that you start thinking about that you never really thought that you would be thinking about, at least not at certain points in your life. And it really just depends on personal experiences and what you go through in life. So this is what I want to share with you. Now, I work a lot. As of right now, I'm blessed with work. I'm blessed to be working. I'm blessed to be able to pay the bills, because it was only 6 weeks ago. Excuse me, not 6 weeks ago. 2.5 months ago, to where I was literally worried about being homeless. I kid you not. I was very much worried about that, and I was pretty close to it too. So thankfully, that is no longer the case. Thank goodness. I am pretty busy throughout the week in terms of being at work. So 55 hours a week, it's not really that bad. It's 15 hours more than what I guess most people work, but that's quite all right. No big deal. I'm not bragging about it, nor am I complaining. I actually feel very blessed, because this is the reason why, which wasn't always something that especially over the last year since the pandemic hit, it really wasn't an option up until very recently, to where I could start moving forward again and basically doing the things that I want to do from a personal perspective, as well as a financial perspective, and even a content creation perspective, because I still consider streamers content creators. So especially with me starting out on this whole YouTube thing, I started out as just a content creator before I started taking an interest in streaming. And one of the things I've always had an interest in ever since I was a kid was sharing my gaming experiences with other people. Like, I used to have sleepovers damn near every weekend when I grew up as a kid, and we would play video games all weekend long, and either from the games that I had, or maybe my friends would bring over another game, and we would play that game until we beat it. And then we'd move on to the next one or whatnot. It's like every single weekend was like a new, different adventure, so to speak. Really good times. So that's something I've always liked. And actually, as I'm continuing to get older, and this, I don't know if this is going to sound mature or whatever it is, I've actually talked to people that are twice my age about this, and they said that, no, that's not necessarily mature. It's just more of, what you want, and that's fine. I mean, it's, everybody has their own wants and stuff like that. And, when it comes to, my philosophy is, when it comes to seriousness and being an adult, so to speak, well, if the people you're taking care of are taken care of, and you're able to do that, and the bills are paid, and all the necessities are there, and all the stuff that you're supposed to do gets done, with your remaining time, you could be a kid all you want. You've definitely earned the right, and life is too fucking short to take yourself seriously. Hell, it was only 9 years. I mean, hell, it was, it just seemed like it was a blink of an eye ago, to where it was 9 years ago where I was literally teaching people how to defend themselves in martial arts. And fast forward 9 years later, it's a lot different. So some things are the same because some things never leave you, but at the same time, there's a lot of differences and stuff like that. And life is always going to be throwing you curveballs, and things are always going to happen, and you're always going to have to quote unquote adapt, so to speak, and deal with it. But whenever you're not dealing with it, be a kid. Once you take care of everything needs to be taken care of, be a kid, man. Life, time just goes by so fucking fast. It's ridiculous. So where my thoughts are at right now is, as opposed to making videos, which I will do every so often when needed, when I feel like I need to speak up, or whenever I feel like I need to kind of do my part and kind of push, push into making Call of Duty better in one way or another. Like being part of the community that basically does what some of these other smaller content creators are doing. And as well as, helping out this other gentleman, Why So Serious, in terms of, helping him in terms of, getting the word out there on the BS and hopefully do some kind of change. And I've been talking to him more than you guys know. And we've had some pretty interesting conversations, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have more. And, there's always interesting conversations, and in terms of plans, in terms of what we think we can do in order to make things better. And we're not just talking about us, but we're talking about like just the community in general, because ultimately it is a community. There would be nothing without the community. So there's that as well. But as far as I'm concerned, the biggest thing that I want to do is, once I get the rig, because again, I haven't really been talking about my PC experience all that much, because it just wouldn't make sense at this point, because my rig is so weak. I wouldn't even be able to record and or stream, believe it or not. Which is why I'm using unused Infinite Warfare console footage. So, but rest assured, it's been a tremendous transition, and I really want to just divulge everything. But in due time, that will come, and I can't wait for you guys to see the gameplay as well. Because right now, at this point, I will say this: I mean, I'm already at a point to where, again, I still have a lot more to go in terms of getting used to a few things or whatnot. But if I had a stronger rig right now, if I had just decided to basically, spend whatever money I had to spend to get it done, you would already be seeing gameplay footage, like good quality gameplay footage, not just gameplay of, okay, let's just record whatever we get, we're going to post. No. I mean, like legit gameplay footage, something that, would be worth showing from a gameplay perspective as well. So, and it's been quite a lot of fun, and it's kind of re-energized my love for gaming, especially the shooters, and I'm really just looking forward to sharing that with you guys, just like the sleepovers or whatnot. And I want to get the LED lights to make the background, the stream look cool, the full HD camera and stuff like that. I mean, all that stuff I want to make happen. So go figure. It's like I want my childhood to kind of exist in my current state of time, and I don't see why not. Call me immature if you want to. It's all good. You can say anything you want. It doesn't, like what I used to tell my students back when I was teaching them martial arts is, I always used to tell them, words don't have to hurt unless you let them. So they are completely powerless unless you empower them. So, and of course, when you're on YouTube as well, you have to have thick skin. And there are people out there that have way more thick skin than I do. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. So, at the end of the day, I just really can't wait for probably, I'm predicting, hopefully after spring break, to basically share those experiences with you guys. Because once I get that rig, and once I get, all the bells and whistles and stuff like that in terms of what my vision is, I really want to get on stream and just get on and play and talk to my friends and my viewers, subscribers, and stuff like that, and share experiences together while simultaneously getting to know you guys on a better level. Because, with YouTube, sure, you got the videos and the comments, but when you have a consistent conversation on stream, that is like a whole other level. And that's where it gets interesting for me. And at the same time, I'm playing a game, and who knows, maybe you guys might be either playing with me, or you might be playing, if it's a single player game, you might be playing at your own setup and stuff like that, and you're kind of watching and communicating and stuff like that. I've had people, we've been talking about so many subjects when I was streaming consistently back when I was playing on console, and some of those conversations were always really great conversations, and time would go by so fast because it would be so fun, and For a lot of people out there, it's, let's go to the nightclub, or let's do this or let's do that. For me personally, especially since I'm usually tired at the end of the week after a long week of work, for me, it's like, hey, let's watch a flick, or let's stream or something like that, or let's stay and play video games. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about movies. Let's do all these different things. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. All this stuff can, just like videos and content creation, can evolve into so much more. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're just talking with a bunch of friends, and you're sharing experiences together. And that's something that I want to do in due time. I'm just the kind of person, due to my personal life experience, the way I handle things is, like, if I'm going to spend the amount of money that I'm going to spend on a good rig, so to speak, with everything to look better and to play better and record, stream, all that kind of stuff. If I'm going to be spending that kind of money, I also, I don't want to be tapped out after I spend that kind of money. So, especially with the way things are going on right now in life and all that kind of stuff, and the unpredictable nature of the pandemic and or what may or may not happen. I mean, even though I live in Florida and everything like that, and the businesses are still open and stuff like that, again, you'd really never know what could happen from one moment to the next, from one day to the next, and life basically tells you that. And I've also talked to a lot of people that are smarter than I am, and more experienced in life than I am, like twice as experienced, as in like in their 70s or whatnot, people that I look up to that are very successful people, logical people, and basically, they basically said, hey, just hold on to your money. So for me, the goal would be sometime after spring break or whatnot, because I would have I'd be in an even better position than I am now. So, and I really look forward to sharing those experiences with you guys, because a lot of you guys, whether you're content creators out there like myself, or whether you are just, viewers, or people that talk to me on Twitter, or even people that know me in real life that just happen to come in every once in a while, I really just want to look forward to sharing experiences with you guys. And at the same time, I get my gaming on, and at the same time, I could be a full-on jack of all trades, to where I could play a multitude of games. So, but one thing I will say though is that switching to PC has been one of the best decisions I've ever made from a gaming perspective, no doubt about it. And like Difo himself has said, you just, once you switch to PC, there are certain things you just can't unsee anymore. So, and again, I'll be talking more about that in depth in a future video after I get some footage, and hopefully in a few months. I can't wait to show that to you. And I'm sure I'll be making a few videos here and there in between whenever I feel like I need to. So I won't be completely disappeared, but I just want you to know that my main focus can be on streaming, because when it comes to time and where my passion is right now, it just makes more sense. So anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Thank you very much for continuing to watch. Thank you for continuing to comment, for the support, the kind words, and I'll catch you guys soon. Take care.